Two tanker cars off the tracks and in the dirt behind a home in Reading. And a familiar face will soon take the reins of the assistant city manager job in Chico. Plus,
the government shutdown enters a fourth week with no signs of a breakthrough. I'm Natalie Brand with the impact on federal workers and what President Trump is saying about meeting with Democrats.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
New at noon, two tanker cars off the train tracks in Reading. Take a look. A viewer who lives on Veda Street sent us these photos showing the cars in the dirt behind his home. He's concerned they could contain gas or petroleum based on the signage. We have calls in to railroad and county authorities to find out what happened and what comes next, and we'll keep you updated on air and online. Also new at noon, Butte County Sheriff's deputies and Oroville police teamed up to make an arrest in an identity theft case of a woman accused of using her dead roommate's ID. The sheriff's office says 49-year-old Amy Hinson of Corning was also involved in shoplifting at a store in Oroville and provided false ID to police after her arrest. Investigators say she had fentanyl in her purse when she was arrested and faces a number of felony charges. This is a live look from the Bloomer camera overlooking Lake Oroville, where you can see a little haziness because of cloud cover there today. Meteorologist Mikkel Hannah Harding has a look at what you can expect for the day ahead.
Well, good afternoon, Linda. We are taking a look at infrared satellite. You can just see this influx of cloud cover there at the end of this 36-hour loop as we now near to where we are currently, and that's definitely evident as you look outside. Noticing more clouds out there than we have seen in previous days for sure. We're looking at temperatures in the upper 60s for the valley, still some upper 50s around the Cascades, and even some low 60s down through the Sierra. We'll see temperatures for today in Chico maxing out around those lower 70s here, so a couple of degrees cooler with the influx of clouds. Still expecting some broken sunshine to mix in, and for your Reading planner here, we're looking at temperatures around those middle 70s for high temperatures today, so just a smidge warmer in the North Valley. Big changes coming. Rain chances are going up by this weekend. We'll talk about it coming up.
A DUI arrest after a Chevy Suburban crashed into the 7-Eleven store in Corning. It happened around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon on Solano Street. Police tell us the SUV went completely through the front window. 30-year-old Ernesto Martinez of Stockton was arrested at the scene. Investigators say he told them he was pulling into the parking lot when somehow the passenger may have hit the gas pedal. In an Action News Now exclusive, we have confirmed the City of Chico's Public Works Operations and Maintenance Director has been selected for the Assistant City Manager's position. Eric Gustafson beat out 117 other applicants for the position. City Manager Mark Sorensen says it is well-deserved, citing Gustafson's deep knowledge of and strong relationships within the Chico community. His first day in the new position will be November 2nd. The Shasta County Sheriff's Office will be holding a community meeting next week about plans to use license plate readers. It's set for Monday, October 27th at 5 in the City of Shasta Lake City Council chambers. The Sheriff's Office says the network of cameras will help investigate things like Amber Alerts, missing person cases, stolen vehicles, arson, and crime in general. You'll have a chance to learn more, ask questions, and comment. The Chico City Council took action last night to improve safety in and around the alternative homeless camp at Eaton and Cohasset Roads. The Jesus Center will now staff the shelter in the evening, and a private security firm will patrol the camp and surrounding neighborhood overnight.
But my recommendation will be to actually staff heavy at first for a month or two to see where we're at, and then scale back down. I think we want to do this right. Get that site right, get that neighborhood right, get those businesses right, and I think you do that by management, and management requires staff.
The added staffing will cost as much as $20,000 a month. The council will get an update in 2 months to see how it's working. There will also be tighter enforcement of the rules of conduct that campers have to sign that include no generators or propane tanks, raised pallets for tents, and fencing for dogs. There are currently 18 people living at the alternative site. The Orland City Council last night voted to adopt an official flag policy. New policy limits flag displays on city property and city-maintained rights-of-way to official government flags and city event banners only. It comes after a group requested to line Walker Street with Mexican flags for Mexican holidays like Cinco de Mayo, but that will not be allowed. Several people on both sides of the issue made their voices heard last night.
I feel the policies are vague, they lack detail. I think that's what she was trying to ask. You know, where is it? I really feel that as a community, I've been here since 2006. I've been in Glenn County since '82. I just don't understand why we all can't get along.
The approved flags are displayed on Walker Street in flagpole holes created by Caltrans in the sidewalk about 25 years ago. Public health officials in Shasta County are warning about rabid bats after 2 bats tested positive for rabies. They advise that if you come across a bat, don't handle it with bare hands. Instead, place a bucket or box over it and call animal services. If you or one of your pets is bitten, seek treatment immediately. That also goes for scratches because rabies can be and almost always is deadly. Make sure your pets are current on rabies vaccinations. Happening today, a chance to weigh in and learn more about plans to address flooding in the Palermo area. The meeting will focus on the Drainage Master Plan. The Butte County Department of Water and Resource Conservation says for years Palermo has faced flooding, leading to property damage, road closures, and water quality concerns. The meeting is at 6 tonight at the Palermo Grange Hall on Irwin Avenue. It is day 22 of the government shutdown and no end in sight, with a 12th vote on the same GOP funding measure potentially happening later today. Natalie Brand has details from the White House.
With the shutdown entering its 4th week, furloughed federal workers are turning to food banks. That includes Melissa Westbrook, a 22-year employee of the Defense Department.
We don't know when it's going to end, and I need to pay my bills, and we need this to hurry up and, be over with. So it's stressful.
But the two sides aren't budging, with Republican senators who lunched in the Rose Garden with President Trump Tuesday saying they will not negotiate health care until Democrats reopen the government.
We will not be extorted on this crazy plot of theirs.
Democratic leaders on Capitol Hill have asked the president for a meeting before his upcoming trip to Asia, but he says not until the shutdown ends.
I'd love to meet with them. I just want them to open up the country first.
The president should meet with us. It's not me, him, or anything political. It's that the people are in crisis.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer warns health care premiums will rise on November 1st unless lawmakers act on the issue this month.
And Trump has an obligation to negotiate with us and solve this problem.
With no sign of when the shutdown will end, Republican lawmakers are trying to move forward with a bill to compensate essential workers and military members working without pay. A vote is expected as soon as Thursday. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
At day 22, this is the second longest shutdown in history, behind the 35-day shutdown in 2018-2019 during the first Trump administration. Governor Gavin Newsom deploying the California National Guard to help with food banks across the state because of the federal government shutdown. The governor announced today he's directing federal troops as well as the state agency California Volunteers to help strengthen food distribution to families. He's also fast-tracking up to $80 million to help with funding delays stemming from the shutdown. Nearly 5.5 million Californians are at risk of not receiving their CalFresh benefits. Still ahead today, everything's coming up roses in Chico this weekend. A guest joins us next with details.